Hey Tally, another wonderful video once again. Um, you've probably seen this in the comments, but I want to share this for others who maybe haven't seen your video yet. Um, and so they don't have to hunt through the sea of comments or whatever. Um, or so that you won't have to do that as well. I wanted to share some of the comments that was made in my responses and discuss a little bit further my thoughts and what I was saying. Um, did I go? Yeah. This is one of them says, I saw Stryper back in 1986. It was a great show for me. However, there are many Christians who don't like the rock, metal, and pop genres because they think it's worldly and fleshly. That's okay. We don't need to fight with them. We need to realize that there are many different expressions of worship expressed in the body of Christ. I do agree with this video saying that Christians and secular metal don't mix. Music is very powerful, and what we choose to listen to does affect our spirit. The first part of what this person said, I've heard it many times myself in Christian chat rooms because in Christian chat rooms, especially on Yahoo, we used to share music with each other, especially when it was, quiet or dead or, just, various moments that, it felt appropriate or whatever. Granted, some people would come in that had not been in the room when we started it, and they would get upset because they couldn't talk on the voice or whatever. But even some other Christians would be, hey, don't put that on in here. That, a lot of people have different preferences, obviously, but that's not what he's talking about or that I'm talking about. Some don't like it because even though it's a Christian metal or Christian rap or Christian rock, they don't feel that it glorifies God. And so I know that you're specifically talking about the secular ones, but that was brought up, and it has been something that has been discussed in Christian chat rooms I've been in before amongst the Christians. They don't even feel like the Christian rock, metal, and pop genres are glorifying to God at all either. Anyway, so that one I just said that that I agreed. And here's an example of one that I responded to that feels just that way. It says there's no such thing as good heavy metal. The reason being is that you don't know what those sound waves are doing to your brain. It's very easy for someone to label themselves Christians and then play music that is messing with your brain on a subconscious level, which you don't even know. This is why we must stay away from all forms of popular music because they're the because Lucifer runs the industry. There's a lot of them, and this is just one example of those who feel like even the Christian genres, metal and pop and stuff, just should be avoided as well. And maybe they do have some points, but what a lot of people fail, and this is what I want to share, fail to realize is this: I said that is why the lyrics and knowing what it is saying is important. I do admit there have been some Christian rock bands that the message is confusing or unclear. Those I would suggest Christians avoid also. if the meaning is clearly talking about Christ or a testimony of a changed life, then that's another matter. I think what's important here, and what you were pointing out too, for even the secular music and the people with the secular rock bands, um, whether it be the Christian or secular, the lyrics is very important. We don't always pay attention to the lyrics, but oddly enough, our young people will pick up the lyrics and be singing the lyrics and oftentimes not even know what they mean. Um, an example is a pop song, and I can't remember her name. I don't listen to pop music all that much like I used to. Um, but it is clearly talking about an adult subject that shouldn't be discussed except in the bedroom with your husband. It's any adult knows what it means, and here my two nieces, even 2 and 8, are singing these lyrics and have no idea what it means. And even my sister and my mother trying to explain it to her, to my 8-year-old, she says she understands what it means, but she continues on to singing it when she hears it. But at the same time, we're not really, I mean, really paying attention to what the lyrics are saying. Um, I think as a Christian, when it comes to the lyrics of secular music, we do need to pay attention. I've had a lot of people, now granted they weren't Christian to begin with, so it was going to be a little bit harder for them to understand anyway. But I've had many of them with Metallica say, well, what's wrong with Metallica? And even before I was really a Christian, the music would make my skin crawl, for one. And my mother read the lyrics one time. I think it was the Master of Puppets album or something. And she even could tell that it was, satanic in nature. Man, people have argued about that one. And they don't really take the time to really read and understand what the message is there. Same as with the Christian metal and rock. They're so quick to say, "Oh no, that's too worldly," But there are some really, really good songs in the metal, in the pop, in the rap. It has such a powerful message in it for Christ. If they just take the time to really read and listen and look up and see what, you can look up online and look up lyrics and see what it is that it's saying. And I've done that. I've done it in some of my husband's bands, and that's where I've seen it. Some of his favorite Christian bands, the message isn't really clear. It could easily be put on a secular station, and nobody would know any different. But then there's been other ones that have a powerful, wonderful message of testimony for Christ. And so just don't dismiss if you're a Christian against a Christian rock, metal, and pop, and rap, and all that. Don't dismiss it. Listen to the lyrics. If you're a Christian or someone who is for the secular groups, pay attention to the lyrics also. It's very important, the lyrics. I think, to me, that's very important.